people look at me as like, I have friends look at us like, hey, you're very successful, man. You just made it. Like, it was like this. It was like, no, it wasn't like this. I put a lot of hours. I put a lot of heart into it, a lot of thinking, and the road to own your own business on your own is freaking lonely. Money is a tool. Money actually makes a lot of stuff easy, but it's not everything. The first year in retail, after we went door knocking and get a lot of business, my income was higher than what it is today. It's crazy. Like, and it's really, really, I would say after few years, if I stayed, it would have been very easy money, right? There's no overnight success. Overnight success is a lot of times illegal. Let's put it this way. But yeah, there's no overnight success. People look at me as like, I have friends look at us like, hey, you're very successful, man. You just made it. Like, it was like this. It was like, no, it wasn't like this. I put a lot of hours. I put a lot of heart into it, a lot of thinking, and the road to own your own business on your own is freaking lonely. Like, it's so, you got to make decisions on the top of decisions, and you're affecting everyone around you, and just, it's not that easy. And as you said, it's like, hey, we're gonna leave an impact. Then giving that torch, as you said, to your team to kind of do exactly what your purpose in life do. And my team actually loved this fact that that's what the company was supposed to be, and that's where we lost. I'm just gonna say it. We lose track of what we're doing because there is a lot of challenges on the way, but nothing wrong with that. Learn from them, get stronger, get back to it. As long as you know you're going to get back to it, you're good. And I totally at one point forget about it with the challenges. You're going to try and make a living too, right? And we get back to it, and here we are. Now, the nice thing, and one of the things that I walk around and talk about it and everything, and that's actually how we met, Mark, is just the peer group, the education, the training, the self-improvement. A lot of people feel comfortable, and I was like, they stuck where they are, and they can't just get it to the next level, or the one good to great kind of scenario, or or scale it, or basically. And that's why, unfortunately, you see, and specifically here, I think the number above 70% of small businesses, that's one or two man show, right? Or I don't want to be sexist there, but it's just two people working in a company, and it's forever. So the owner always working, and basically what you did, you just get yourself a job. You own your job. That's all, and nothing wrong with that.
No, that's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. Some people cut for it. Some people loves it, and you know what? Not being that person sometimes is actually struggling. So I hear a lot of story about people that they wanted to own their business and want to grow their own business and scale it and have employees and what have you, right? And then boom, that mental, it's a hurdle. It's there. It's just, it hits you at one point, and you just kind of like cannot lift your head up, and you're stuck. And it's so sad. And one of the fact that actually keep talking about it is having somebody help you, hold your hand through the journey. And there's nothing better than having somebody that actually took your steps and they're ahead of you or in the same boat as you, or even they just started, to learn from each other's. So and that's how we met, right? Just back to it. The peer groups. I mean, joining peer groups, I joined a peer group, I think in 2022, and we were stagnant. Like as a business, we didn't grow for years. And just because wherever I go, I feel I'm the smartest in the room. Around all my surroundings, I feel I'm the smartest in the room. And, you know, it becomes life. It's, hey, you're making money. You're making living. Your kids are comfortable. You're doing investments, etc. You're good. You're set for life, right? And then he's like, oh, but we're stagnant. We're there. We're not going to move. We're not even adding 1% year over year. And you just think about it like, oh, I don't have a proper education for this specific phase I'm in. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've done 1, 2, 3, and I want to go to 5, but I don't know how to do 4. And you can't find a segue around it. You gotta have to go through it, and you need education. So for a long time, I quit reading, I quit learning. Of course, on the technical end, we're learning technical, but on the business side of things, nothing. And when I joined that peer group, the first peer group I joined, which is in the same organization, you're in a different peer group. But we're in the same organization, and the 10, 12 peers that I have in my group, they're smart, intelligent people. They have a different life story than me or you.
Correct.
And they made it. And you know what? They're smart. Yes, you think you're smart, but they're smart too. And you take all that knowledge from all these different people, then you started reading books and just kind of self-develop on myself. And it's like, oh, I'm on 7. I passed 4 long time ago. Then you're on 10. And people say, oh, the first million is the hardest thing. And when you hit 1 million, I think Shark Tank, it was on Shark Tank. It's like, hey, you make the first million, that's the hardest thing. Then everything is snowballing from there. So snowballing from there. Yeah. And it's not. The 2 million has a challenge. The 5 million has a challenge. And if you don't build processes, like I didn't know how to document all what I do. And I sat down, I was like, oh, I do this. I shouldn't be doing this. This is taking a lot of my time. Let's delegate, whatever the story is. It's like, hey, find the right person in the right seat to do what I do. Exactly what you said. It's just like, pass that torch, and just keep focus on your why. It's like, hey, we're going to get more kids that don't have a career, don't have education. Teach them, give them a proper job, not a minimum wage, and let them go and thrive either with our company or any other company. But that's our why. It's like, hey, sometimes it doesn't work and not a culture fit and what have you. But yeah, it's amazing. It's challenging. You get hurt throughout sometimes, but it's just what keeps us on our toes.
You talk about obviously learning, right? So, if you're not learning, you're not growing. And as a leader, it's our responsibility to learn, right? Like if it's just, face it, and just like talking about business, you can't grow past a certain phase if you've never been there. I've had conversations with CEOs that we're still trying to run their $120 million business like a $12 million business. It wasn't working out well, right? They had to reach outside of their comfort zone, right? What they know, to bring in some, different processes and hire different people to do these things to start operating like a $120 million business.
Yep.
And, that's just all part of that growth. And, sometimes we get so stuck in what we're doing, we don't realize that we should be doing all these other things because we're not, once again, if you're busy with the day-to-day, BS or whatever you're dealing with, you're not opening your mind to these other things. You're not learning to know that you need to apply these things. You just know that, maybe you get some inefficiencies or maybe, you're fighting with these things, but don't realize that there's a solution to that. If you're to go out and look for that, right? Look for that knowledge that then apply it to your business. So you mentioned, I heard you, and I'm looking down here to my notes. I heard you mention atomic habits. I heard you mention good to great. I heard you mention scale it. Obviously, we know all these have some very good information, right? And how you, once again, it's only as good as how you apply it, right? Most recently, you had mentioned the Atomic Habits. You're reading that now, correct?
Yes, right now.
And so far in that, what's that one thing you're pulling out of that you could see yourself applying tomorrow?
So self-improvement.
Self-improvement, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. The funny part is I always like, you see me next year, I'm shred. Then you see me the year after, I'm like gained a lot of weight. And honestly, yes, I'm very like, I try not to be addictive to anything, and just figuring out, I was like, okay, I'm a food addict. It's a thing. And I got to work around it. It just, how, right?
So tell me more about that. What do you when you say a food addict? What does that mean? Help me understand.
We're very foodie, so it's like we like to go eat and try food or whatever.
Okay.
Although I'm very like, I work out as much as I can, but I've never had like that schedule. So the Atomic Habit, and the reason why I started that book is just a little bit of a tweaks that you can change daily and make it a good habit versus a bad habit, because it's all bad habits. It's like, hey, yeah, you know, I eat this chocolate today, I should be fine. Then you eat that chocolate tomorrow and you should be fine. And it's a little bit. Then what we do is like one day, oh shoot, I gained a lot of weight. What are you gonna do? You diet one day, you step out at the scale, and it's like, oh shit, I'm still on that same weight. You're not going to lose weight in one day. You've been building that up over years. Right. Same thing. You don't build success in one day. That's what I said. There's no overnight success. It's just a little bit of a little bit of a little bit. And what you're doing, you're just changing and learning better, changing your habits, learning. And changing the habit of my egos is like, hey, no book can teach me how to run my business. Not even $200 million CEO can teach me how to run my business, because that CEO got lucky. It's at some point, and I'm not lucky, or whatever the story is. I'm trying to get my point here, which is, no, it just, you gotta figure out what you're doing. It's not going to work anymore. And every single day you're doing it, that becomes a bad habit. Just tweak it, whatever it is. Learning is essential. Like, honestly, our culture, unfortunately, nowadays, is my background, is not a reading culture. And just to go back to the fact that I can read a book or even listen to a book when I'm in the car, it was just, who's going to teach me what I already know about my business? Like, nobody can teach me. And the first book I've read after 10 years of not reading books, it was a very good book called Traction. I know you read it because I know you touched a little bit on that module. And I was like, oh my God, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then it's like, oh, I should start sitting with Mark and see what he does and how he does it. And then you collectively collect all these ideas and see what all people are doing. And you share with all these smart people, because you're not the smartest in the room.
No. We all know something someone else doesn't that we can share. And that could be an experience, right? That could be when I say a trial and error, or a lesson learned, or you learned through a mistake, right? I mean, that you made, and you came out the other side, and you can share that experience. So yes, we all have knowledge that someone else doesn't, that we have to share. And so regardless of whether you think you're the smartest guy in the room or not, every one of us in there knows something you don't. Hi, I'm Mark Thomas, founder and CEO of Current Tech Solutions and Cyber Guardians. We know business owners like you want to focus on growing your company, not worrying about IT problems or security threats. That's where we come in. Our team uses AI to protect your business from cyber risks and keep everything running smoothly. If you're ready for peace of mind and a stronger future, reach out to us today. Let's secure and elevate your business together.